Hi there, it's Melanie Folks-Mayers from Eden Mayers HR Consulting. HR Consulting to keep you out of trouble and delivering your passion. Happy Thursday! That means it's blog day. So last week I spoke to you about people planning as part of your business plan. This week, I promised that I'd speak to you about setting objectives and how to set objectives that motivate. So I'm going to get right down to it. Last week, if you remember, I said to you, in order for you to set really good objectives, there needs to be a golden thread that runs throughout your organisation, from the company through to team to individual objectives, so everybody's heading in the right direction and you know where you ought to be and what you need to be doing. So the best method that I've found personally for making sure you have those kind of objectives are called OKRs. OKRs stand for Objectives and Key Results. Now the reason why I love OKRs is because rather than them being something that you set at the beginning of the year, during appraisal time, and then you don't look at it for a whole year or maybe 6 monthly or something, OKRs sit really nicely with the way that you would look at how your business is performing. So it means that you would be looking at them or reviewing them every month or every quarter, or if you're in a really high-paced salesy environment, maybe even every week. And they fit well into that process, which means that if you change things at a business level, you automatically would be changing them for a team and an individual level, which means that should your strategy change throughout the year, your OKRs also change, which means that you don't find yourself in a situation where at the end of the year, your objectives completely don't relate to where you were at the beginning. And I think that really helps, because sometimes it's really demotivating to have an appraisal. I know I have. And then you said, well, I haven't hit that target because actually I was given this target, but your targets never actually changed on the system, even though for you, they change from the conversations you're having with your manager on a daily basis or your client group. So, OKRs, so they are really simple, really straightforward and easy to do. If you click at the link for the blog to this that you'll find at the bottom in the descriptions, it shows you an example, so you've got a real live example of what one looks like. Number one, so objectives. So you start with your top 3 to 5 objectives. So last week I spoke to you about the fact that you can only really achieve 3 to 5 or focus on 3 to 5 things. So again, those things could be, increase sales by 20%. It could be reduce our turnover in staff by 60%. It could be spend more time. Well, no, that's not direct enough, but it could be something around, very specifically how much time you spend on social media, for example. It might be get 100 followers on LinkedIn, or, it could be get 5,000 likes on each Instagram post. It could be anything, but it needs to be very specific. So it needs to be, they need to be ambitious, they need to be specified, they need to be time bound, and actionable. So you need to know that you can do it, that it's something that's within your power to do, as opposed to there's loads of dependencies or outside influences. So it's fine if it's dependent on people within the organisation, because that happens obviously, but it's something that's within your control. So you pick your 3 to 5 main objectives for the organisation, and then for each of those objectives you break those down into like a maximum of 3 to 4 measurable results. So for example, if we go back to the one about social media, so it could be then, if we want to increase our footprint in social media by 20%, so you know where you are now, so you know what 20% increment would look like. What do I need to do? So it could be, I don't know, first of all, I need to open a YouTube account. I need to post on it twice a week. I need to set up my Twitter feed, so I feed on Twitter at least 6 times a day. So they need to be really specific, so you can see this is where it sits, which means that you can go back and look at how am I doing at achieving these things, and and obviously you can check then what the results are. So not only do you have your objectives, which you've done, but also you can see whether or not you've achieved that, you know, you've achieved your objective, you've done all the tasks, and you know that you've done it all. And so basically you have that, and then you have a percentage by the side. So for each of those individual results-driven drill down objectives, you have a percentage. So it means that every time you look at it, you can see how you've done. So are you at 25%? Are you at 50%? Are you at 88%? Where are you in regards to that? And obviously having a look at that on a, you know, a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis is really great. You've got fantastic hard data. You can see exactly where you're getting to. You can see what you're doing. And obviously that means that if you need to review things, tweak things, increase things, decrease things, if the market changes, for example, if, you know, the new version of, I don't know, Instagram, Facebook, whatever comes up and you need to be on that too, you can add and you can move around those things. So where you have your results, you know, they can be based on growth, they can be on performance, they can be on engagement, they can be on your revenue, they can be on anything. And what it means is that where you have those top 3 to 5 objectives, and everybody in the organisation has those same 3 to 5 objectives, but what they might do for it might be totally different. So, you know, me as managing director, it might be I'm the face of the organisation, I need to network once a week, I need to be published, for example, whereas for my HR apprentice, it may well be about timeliness of responses, it might be about making sure MailShot gets out, it might be about their training and achieving their training so they can deliver some work. So right across the board, even though you have one objective, what everybody needs to do in order to achieve those 100% results is different. And that really draws everything together, because you can see this is what I'm doing it towards this aim, we're all aiming towards this goal, and it helps you to get that done. The other part that I would say about it is it's really vital to make sure you do this as a team effort. It's supposed to be an open, transparent process. So my OKRs are visible by everyone within the organisation. It means that you can see what my OKRs are, I can see what your OKRs are. It means you can have a greater conversation. It also means that if someone in my team comes to me and says, I've got this OKR around engagement, and actually what I need is you to do this, could you do this thing for me? It might not be one of the specific 3 to 4 things that I had under engagement, but the point is I know that we need to work together to do these things. It means that I can see the value, I can see why I need to do that radio interview or that podcast or what have you, rather than thinking, oh, actually I could be doing something else. So it really is a great way of drawing everybody together towards a common goal to making sure that you achieve it. So just to reiterate, which is really, you know, look at that, 3 things. So you need to set 3 to 5 objectives, which you would have done already as part of your business plan and people plan, because we talked about that last week. Then you break them down into achievable, specific, measurable results. So, you know, 3 to 4 for each of those objectives. And then the process is that you review them. So you review them on a weekly, monthly or quarterly basis based on your organisation and how it works. And you keep doing it and you keep tweaking it, and it's amazing because the benefits are everybody knows where we're heading, it's all very clear, it makes it really easy to continue that continuous improvement, continuous review process. So, you know, one of the things I always talk about around performance reviews is they should never be surprised. If someone tells you you're amazing, they should have been telling you that before. If someone tells you you're not hitting your targets, you should know that already. So this also helps with that process. And it gives you that flexibility. Organisations change, people change, things change, the market changes, political landscape changes, and you do need to work and flex with that. And it gives you the opportunity to do that in a really agile way, and that works fantastically. So if you want to see a live demonstration of what that document would look like, there will be a link in our descriptions for our blog. The blog is called How to Set Goals That Motivate. You can also find it by just going to our website, www.edenmayers.com/blog. It will be the top one, and it will show you an example of what an OKR document will look like, so you can see that working document. Do let us know how you find it, how it's worked for your organisation, how it helped to have those conversations and draw everyone together on a common goal. I will be back soon with another blog, so next week Thursday. And I may have a little surprise blog that might come out on Monday, I think, on some other stuff that I've been working on. So in the meantime, work well, have fun. This is Melanie Folks-Mayers from EdenMayers.com, HR to keep you out of trouble and delivering your passion. Bye.